Good morning, guys. Welcome to Home Sweet Homeschool. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I'm a homeschooling mom to one. And today we decided we would do a day in the life video. I don't know about you guys, but these days are just kind of running together to me without going to co-op, which always started off our week, and my weekly grocery trips. I feel like every day is exactly the same. We just wake up and we do the same things all over again. So I said, you know what, we might as well just film it so we can look back on this time and see what we were doing. So today it's Tuesday. I was trying to think. My husband still has to go to work. He is an essential worker, and so we do not get to spend any extra time with him. So that kind of helps me keep up with what day it is by knowing when he goes to work. So he's at work today. It's Tuesday. We have been up for quite a while. It is 11:21, and so far we've had breakfast. We have hung out with the dog. I actually washed my hair. Like, it's been 2 days, I think, because I just don't see any point. If I'm going to be at the house, and we played outside so much yesterday, or actually the past couple of days, we had a beautiful weekend, and we spent so much time outside. So I got up this morning, and it always makes me feel better to put on makeup and to fix my hair and to put on some semblance of clothes. Now, nothing big, but leggings and a t-shirt totally work for me. So if you're new here, thank you so much. Check out some of my other videos, and we'll just show you what our day looks like. This is a typical day for us. We don't start homeschool at any certain time, just whenever my son's ready. So I'm just waiting around on him. While I'm waiting on my son, I am catching up on 8 Passengers. I don't know if you watch them. They're a family on YouTube, but I love watching 8 Passengers. And I am working on some planning for next year. During a time that's so unpredictable, like I don't have any idea what's going to happen. Like, I don't know when we'll get to go back to co-op. I don't know if we'll get to go on our vacation in May. And it just makes me feel really anxious to not be able to plan things. And so one thing I always love to do when I taught public school too is about April or May, I loved planning for the next year. So this has really eased a lot of my anxiety, is being able to plan for next year. So usually I just print me an extra calendar. This is from July to June of next year. I have Some Precious Soul took all the arrow and boomerang guides from Brave Writer, and they listed the book and where it was set and who the author is. So I have that guide so I can pick some read alouds for next year. And then I just have a Happy Notes notebook. If you don't know what those are, they're made by the Happy Planner, and they're just empty pages for you to write on. So I do a lot of my planning in here, so I have been working on that. And then I also have the units from Gather Around Homeschool. That's the curriculum that we use, and I really don't have a lot of planning to do because they kind of take care of it for me. So I just listed the units from this year, and these are the units that are coming out next year, and I'm just kind of plugging them in to what we want to do. We haven't finished all the units from the first year, so I just have a little rough outline. I want to talk to my son a little more about it and see what he wants to do, and I like to have Brave Writer with me so I can, if I can, correlate an arrow guide with Gather Around Homeschool. I try to do that. So that's what I'm working on to kind of calm down my anxiety and give me something to plan. And that's what I've been working on. I actually got up and cleaned the kitchen. My kitchen's clean, but you wouldn't know it from looking at this breakfast nook. My son has a Dungeons and Dragons game we actually started last night, so it's still sitting out. But anyway, I'm going to get back to planning until he's ready to start school. Okay, Daniel's ready to do school. He's got a few of his action figures having school with us. And does anybody else have a ventriloquist dummy that kind of hangs out in your living room? Because we do. We've been watching the scary movie The Boy, which has a doll in it. So this is our doll. He's kind of creepy. I came in here the other night and this thing was sitting here and it was quite creepy. All right. So Doctor Who, or Doctor, isn't that what I should call you?
Yeah.
He's Doctor. He's going to start with what today?
Khan Academy.
Khan Academy. So we use Khan Academy for math, and I went in and finally figured it out, how to set up his assignments. He doesn't have any that say due soon, but they're actually due by the end of April. We decided to skip having spring break, and we're just going to work through, and as soon as we're finished with our Gather Around unit and with this math, we're going to just call it a year. So that's what we're working on. So he is visually subtracting fractions. That's what he's working on. And when he's done, it'll just say complete, and it'll show his grade. I'm not sure why we didn't do that, though. Who knows? All right, so he's going to work on math. This dog, guys, she's more entertained with a water bottle than any of the toys that she has in her bucket. So if you hear an annoying noise in the background, it's our dog. That's Miss Lola. And that's her glove she likes to play with right there beside her. So today we found his lesson. It's adding fractions with unlike denominators. He'll watch a video and then he will practice. While he's working on his math video, I want to show you what's up for us in Gather Round Homeschool today. This is the Oceans unit. We're on lesson 9, so we're learning about eels. We are also, our science is about islands, and if I find a video I want him to watch, I just write it at the top so I remember it, and then we answer these questions. Here's a did you know. This is in there if you are new to this curriculum. If it says same page alert, you can read this page to all your kids at the same time. Then he has new copywork. On his copywork yesterday, he got all the words correct, even the words faithfulness, raging, and maybe mighty. Those were his spelling words last week. So this is his new passage, and we'll pick out a word from there. And then her focus words were punishment and perfected. So they may be the only 2 spelling words that we choose from there. Then for social studies, it's all about oil spills. So there's something we read. You can write your answer. It talks about animal cleanup. This is an actual activity that we'll do where we get an animal covered in cooking oil and we try to clean it with just water, and then we use dish soap, so we'll do that. So it says try it for yourself, and then I have a video on YouTube I want him to watch about that too. And then this isn't his favorite part. He doesn't enjoy it, but I wanted to show you in case you're interested. There is art where they can draw their own sea creature. Just in case you've never seen Gather Round Homeschool and you're interested in it, you can print the teacher's guide, have the teacher's guide printed for you, or you can put it on your iPad. This is just in Google, and I'm able to pull it up and read it off of my iPad, and that works out really well. I've printed and put it on my iPad, and I like them both ways. So I'm going to read. We're going to read all about eels. I want you to see how great the pictures are. We're going to read all about the different kinds of eels today. And then the one thing he wants to do before lunch is he wants to work on this notebooking page. And what we've been doing this week is narration. He doesn't like the physical act of writing things down. He knows the information, but he doesn't like to write. So what we'll do is we'll pick an eel, and then he will just tell me, and I will write it down for him. And that way I know he knows this information about the eel. It doesn't matter to me if he writes it or not. So that's an option you can always do with your kiddos if they're not feeling the writing for that day. This is the portion of Gather Round Homeschool where I read from the teacher's guide. Like I said, my teacher's guide is on my iPad, so I pull it up on my iPad, and from there I'm able to use her links that are embedded in there, and we can watch videos and look at pictures and really just discuss everything that's in that teacher's guide. What we're doing here is the narration portion of our day. So there's a notebooking page at the beginning of every one of these lessons. So he's using a book on Epic, which is another great place to get books for kids. He's looking at the animal that we were studying that day, and he is narrating to me the things that he has read from the book, and I'm adding it to the notebook page. I think narration is an excellent, excellent tool to use if you want to see what your kiddos know without having the writing portion. Someone can't decide if they want to be on the porch, looking at the squirrels, or coming in. So luckily it's a nice cool day. And oh, see, she's going back out. She doesn't know. Or she'll scratch on the door and want to come back in. You never know. What are you doing, Lola? What are you doing? You don't know what you want to do. I'll close the door and she'll want to come right back in. All right, so it's about 12 10, I think, and we are actually waiting on my mom. She is going to bring us some lunch. We are trying on Tuesdays to eat out and support our local restaurants that are doing drive-through services, and we love chicken salad chicken. So she will run and pick us up some lunch and bring it back to us, and we totally appreciate her for that. So we're waiting on that, and so he wants to go ahead and do his read aloud that we're doing together, and then after lunch we'll probably go outside, and then we'll finish up the rest of our day. So we were reading Mary Poppins, guys, but I'm just gonna be honest, I did not enjoy that book at all, and I don't think my son did. Did you enjoy Mary Poppins?
Not really.
Yeah, he said not really. We love the movie, and like he's seen the new movies, but I just didn't enjoy the book at all. And I found Mary Poppins to be quite rude, and just, I don't know, I didn't enjoy it. So we actually just stopped it. We did not finish Mary Poppins at all, and we went ahead and started the Swiss Family Robinson. Now I know this was in my March, I think it was my March morning basket, but you guys, ever since all of this mess has happened, and we've been stuck at home, like sometimes we just can't get in the groove of things, and so some days we were super productive and some days we were not. I mean, I'm just being honest, and we just couldn't make it through that book. And so our March morning basket, we have done some of the Titanic stuff, but we had not started the Swiss Family Robinson until last week. And so I have totally enjoyed reading this book with my son, and it's been a lot better read than Mary Poppins has. So this one doesn't have an arrow guide, and I'm kind of disappointed about that, but we are just reading for fun, and we're truly enjoying that. But what makes me really sad is we're on 99 out of 100 and in our Indescribable, and this has been my favorite devotion so far, and we have done a lot of different kids devotions, and this one has been my favorite. It makes me so sad that it's over. I'm going to purchase his new one for next year, but it really, if your child loves science, this is a great one to get because it has such good lessons. It's almost like they know exactly what we need to hear every day that we do it. And so I'm really sad that this is about over. I'll link this in the description because this is a great devotion if you're looking for one. So we're going to go do what we call morning basket, though it's afternoon, and then we'll probably have lunch. Into him. Soon he was dead.
What children's book is this?
Throwing the iguana over my shoulder, I started home to Falcon's Nest. Francis walked behind carrying the animal's tail. Here's another part of our morning basket. We're reading our lesson from Indescribable. Very sad because it was our last one. Today's lesson was about producers and consumers, and it related to how God wants us to be a producer of his fruit. Let's pray. Dear God, please fill me with the light of your word and with your spirit. Nourish me so I can produce your kind of fruit. All right, you want to add to it?
Yes. Dear God, I hope this coronavirus ends soon. Amen.
And boo-hoo, we're on our last one tomorrow.
Wait.
It is now 12:30. We were about to head outside, and my mom pulled up with our food. So this is chicken salad chick, and I always get a drink from McDonald's because their Cokes are so good. I actually have Coke Zero. My son has a Happy Meal, and before we eat, I take everything out of the container, and I am wiping stuff off. We've been making sure we do all that. But if you ever get close to a chicken salad chick and you love chicken salad, you got to try it, guys. I can't even get the thing open. But you get a pickle and a cookie and your sandwich. I always get mine toasted, and I love the Sassy Scotty. It's my favorite. It's like a ranch and bacon and cheese. Oh, it's delicious. And then I always get baked lays, but they have other sides too. So we're going to have lunch, and then we'll probably go have some outside time. Y'all, lunch was delicious. I'm so appreciative of my mom for bringing me chicken salad chick. My son's still taking a break. He usually takes a good 30 to 45 minutes to have lunch and then do whatever. But I wanted to show you something really quick that has truly helped him out. Now, we have not been to co-op. This is I think our 4th week. We've not been to co-op. He has not seen his friends in 4 weeks. And for him, that's a huge deal because he is not a homebody like I am. I could stay at home and be perfectly fine, but he's not like that. He thrives off of being around his friends. And so I knew I had to do something. One morning I was watching April and Davey on YouTube. They're just a family that vlogs. And they were talking about an app called Caribou. And it was how the grandmother was seeing her grandkids. And I thought, oh my goodness, what a great idea. So I checked it out. It's free. I don't know if you'll be able to see, but it's this little moose app right here. It does work for Apple and iOS. And it's free. And it allows the kids, you can set it up for them, sign up, it'll give them a code. And I just let the other parents in our co-op know what my son's code was, and they let us know what their kids' codes were. And we signed them up, and so now they can call each other through their iPads or their phones. My son doesn't actually have a phone, so that's why I set this up for him. I'm not going to buy him a phone right now. But he can use his iPad. And what I like about Caribou is they can video chat so they can see each other, which he really likes that. But the great thing is there's stories on here so they can read to each other, and there's also really simple games like tic-tac-toe and word searches that they can play together. There's also things to draw. You can do like drawing things, or you can just simply talk to each other. And so he also has my mom on here, and he can call and talk to her and play tic-tac-toe with her. So if Zoom or something like that's not working for you, or FaceTime or whatever, Caribou is a free app you can use for video chatting for your kids. And I think they would really like it. It's something my son has totally loved. This thing rings all the time now, but I love it because he's getting to talk to his friends, which is something he truly misses. Now we're just getting some outside time. I think he's fighting some magical beast. I'm not sure. Who are you fighting?
Magical beast.
Magical beast. He's rocking that pajama life because why in the world would we put on clothes? I don't know. I am happy to see that the green is coming back in our grass. That makes me happy. Our dog's hanging out over here by her tennis balls. Ignore my huge mud patch right here. Like, it rained so much in February, it just washed away our grass. So we're just taking a break, and then after this break, this will probably be about an hour that we spend outside because it's going to rain. Then we'll go in and we'll finish up school. We decided to bring our science outside today, or really it's our social studies. It's all about oil spills. And so we've got this set up out here. We have our plastic toy. You want one that doesn't have holes in it or anything like that. We've got our plastic toy, we have cooking oil, and then we have Dawn dish soap. And then you're going to go get the water. He's going to bring the water over here. So we're going to do the experiment first, and then we're going to read about oil spills, because I honestly feel sometimes it's best to try it out first for yourself, and then just sit it right there. And then see the explanation for it. So I'm going to try to video this. Okay, so yes, your hands are going to get, that bowl is not going to work. Not going to work. Okay, so we tried to put it in our sand bucket, but that's not going to. Take two on the experiment. So we got our sled, since we never have any snow here in the South. We've got our sled with water in it. Now we're going to do the experiment. Now this guy right here doesn't like for his hands to get dirty, but I think he's going to be okay with this experiment. So we're going to pretend like this is a real bird, and there's been an oil spill. So you are going to put some cooking oil. Can you open the cooking oil? And then what I would do, okay, come here. We're gonna put some on it like this, so you don't get your hands all nasty, because I know how you are. Okay, you're gonna wipe this oil all over your bird like it's been in an oil spill. Gotta make sure you get the oil on it.
Bye bye, birdie.
It's gonna make it shiny.
It smells so good. Usually have to smell something before.
And alright, looks like we have a poltergeist, but it's actually our dog's chain.
Poltergeist!
I love her. We had to put her on a chain so we could do this experiment, and she's pulled our chair across the back. We don't have any poltergeist here, I promise.
We're filled with
Like a ghost totally moved that, but that didn't happen. Alright, let's put a little more on it. We're gonna...
It's not slicking like I thought it'd be.
We're gonna get him greasy. Here you go.
Slick.
Put more on him.
Get him grease, like it's
Really
gonna be like
greasy.
bacon by the end of this.
Like bacon. Get it on all parts
greasy
of
like
him.
Bacon.
Do you think this is good for animals when oil gets spilled where they
No,
live?
because it will kill them.
Yeah,
I hate to break the truth for you, but that's what will happen.
it's not good for them.
Sorry for kids watching.
All right, so hand me that napkin. Now, I want you to put that in the water, and I want you to wash him off and get that oil off of him.
Oh, wow, it's taking up.
Now, fill up and see if it's coming off of him.
No,
Why is it not coming off of him?
because did it like sink in or something? In sink?
Do oil and water mix?
No.
No, how are we going to get oil off of him?
Soap.
Yes, did you know that when there is an actual oil spill, they actually do use Dawn dish soap to get the oil off of them. Did you know that?
No.
So you're going to use some of this. We're going to put it in the water.
Yep, slippery.
Get the water all soapy.
Oh, it's going out a little bit.
Boy, you better be glad we're outside. Here you go. Put some on him.
This is my
Oh, look at those little bubbles. I love little baby bubbles. That's good. There you go. Scrub him up. And put him in the water and see if that cleans your bird.
I'm trying to get him. I feel like an animal rescue person.
Well, that's what they do. That's what animal rescue
It's
does.
getting a little cleaner. Yeah. Oh, bubble.
Yeah, put some bubbles on him. So
He's
now we'll
big as
go and we'll read about oil spills. What'd he do? Oh, he's got a bubble on him. Nothing fancy for this kid. He's having fun with bubbles and water. Making a mess. Go for it. Last thing for today is his copy work, and he's going to do his best print. Occasionally I will pull spelling words or words out of there and write them in cursive, and he practices them in cursive, but today we're just going to work on our print because that needs to be done. So this is the end of our school day. It's about 2:15. Some days we knock it out and get it done before lunchtime, and then sometimes it goes after lunch, and that's totally okay. Have you had a good day? Look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are you going to do when we're finished with school?
Play in the water.
Play in the water hose. If you're from the South like we are, or I hope at least at some point in your life you've played in the water hose, that's what he's going to do. There's our soapy mess right there. So he's going to finish up his copy work. Thank you guys so much for watching our day in the life. I hope to bring you more of these videos. They're so much fun to film, and I love showing you what we do in our homeschool. Today's been a really good day. We've had a good lunch. The weather's still really good and hadn't started raining yet. So we're just going to finish out this day with a little water time. Rest. I'll probably go watch a little bit of Hulu. I just started watching Little Fires Everywhere with Reese Witherspoon. I mean, I'll watch anything with Reese Witherspoon, but that show's actually really good. So if you have Hulu, check it out. And then we'll have supper and just kind of hang out with my husband when he gets home. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.